China was communist, right? So it's not that their own economic system wasn't successful, it's that they weren't able to compete to such a degree internationally, right? That's the problem. Like, Russia was successful communist too before the Cold War, before they beat America in space. America was like, yeah, we want to take things from them, and they basically threatened to launch 100 nukes at them anywhere in the world. Started the arms race. But I don't give other countries enough credit. It wasn't their fault. Like, China did what they had, what they believed was right. And America just took a giant shit on the world.
Yeah, I was kind of enjoying your I don't even know what to call it. You keep going. It's very relaxing. Where is he? You're going on about geopolitics or whatever. I was actually really interested. Could you keep going, please?
You want to add me? I can tell you a bunch of stuff, man.
I think I want to keep my distance from. I want to treat you like a podcast. I don't want to have like a parasocial relationship with someone I respect so deeply. So just, if you could keep going, that'd be really great.
Well, that's a weird thing to say. What do you mean respect deeply? Do you are you afraid that either I or you will influence?
I feel like with your voice, you'll be able to manipulate me into doing things that I don't want to do. So I want to keep distance from you.
All right.
Someone so talented.
Explain that further.
I can't allow them to take a part in my life. That's anything more than just a window to peek into. But that's all aside. Can you keep going, please? I really appreciate your takes.
Yeah.
You get a little closer to the microphone as well. You're a little far away. It's kind of hard to understand.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, thank you.
Back to these engines. Stay for a second.
Yeah, so like this whole my current topic started when I was thinking about like why people don't want any good products in America. It's not because of capitalism or product obsolescence, which basically some people believe drives capitalism. Yeah, but because people don't want America to have anything good, right?
Shut up, Valk. Hold on, everyone. Group mute Valk.
They don't want America to have anything good, and that's valid. It makes sense. I mean, I don't think that it works like that necessarily. Like, that's how aggressive capitalism works, and that might be something that they're constantly trying to convince you is best.
Who's trying to convince me? Who's they?
Corporations, the U.S. government, CIA, DARPA.
Who owns the corporations?
ASML, Google, Microsoft,
Who
Apple.
owns ASML and Google?
ASML is the holdings company that makes the machines that make complex lithography or computer chips. All of them in the world.
Yeah.
Every marketable computer chip is
Who owns those assets?
I'm not sure, dude. I don't know. It's the company's called ASML. I don't know. Like, I don't know. You want me to say Jews, Nazis?
Well, I'm just asking you. Is that something you?
I don't think it matters. Americans. It's an American company.
Okay, I see.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, all of the stuff that I have to say is like fairly straightforward. It's just that I think a lot about it, and I've basically strung it all together into a narrative theory, into narrative theories.
What's the like main theory then? What are you proposing?
I don't know. It depends, I guess, on what you believe about what I'm saying. You know?
So if I were to believe everything that you're saying, where would that lead me to? Like, what would the path?
I think it would lead you, if you took everything that I said, you would have to be, you would have to be on some way moral, and so you would have to agree that what I'm saying makes sense. All of my moral values about globalism, about futurism, about morality, ethics, laws, they make sense.
And so, what is like the ultimate goal you're trying to encompass, like in what you're preaching right now? Like, what is the end?
Globalism?
What is the end goal? I need something that's like a sentence. My brain isn't very big.
Yeah. By 2080, the population of the Earth will be 10 billion. And then there was another big point. Oh yeah, global warming. Global warming is going to be a very huge issue very soon. Those are the two main issues, I guess. Like, if you didn't care about anything that I said, but just the things that apply to you, then it would be that, you know. But then you would have to, like, be doubting my economic analysis, which, I mean, I guess you can do, but why? Like, why would you not trust that what I'm saying?
Like, what's the moral, fundamental, foundation of your economic analysis?
It's a combination of ethics and logic. Okay. Capitalism, socialism, communism, history.
Have you done any economic, more formal economic analysis, research, like peer review?
There are some things that I know that apply to a lot. You know, a lot of formats. You know, a lot of logical formats that I use, templates to explain things to myself. Like, you know, capitalism is basically, economics can explain pretty much largely all politics. And, you know, if you think that America is weakened by, like, stupid politicians, you're wrong, because it's all about economics. You know, like, they're fooling you with this bullshit, and, you know, a lot of people are buying it because they want to buy them. But, I mean, one thing I know, for instance, is that in 1974, America was going through inflation and unemployment, and what was happening during that time period is they took all that money and they sent it to like a few people in Africa and South America and destabilized those two continents because those people didn't have any financial background, they didn't know how to deal with money, and they basically just hoarded it, which wouldn't have changed anything anyways. But it created a false demand, and basic continents are in slums because of America.
So we shouldn't have put in the money anyway? What do you think, from your perspective,
What do you mean we
we
shouldn't
should
have
have done
sent the
about
money?
those countries?
Okay, alright. To put that in perspective, what happened in India before the British takeover was that they were 23% of the world economy. Today they are 4%.
So what do you think that is?
It's the British, but America is at fault for causing destabilization in Africa and South America because those are emerging economies. That's what they were called when this operation was, I forget what it's called, Blackbird or something. When this operation was done. They were called emerging economies. They were growing, you know, they were maturing, and like America isn't that old either, technologically, you know, in terms of modern infrastructure and that sort of thing. So, like, it makes sense that those countries and those continents would have also progressed quickly, and they were. But America didn't let them, and that's the essence of politics and war and destabilization, which is an active part of economics. You know, I don't know what to tell you. I guess I'm a little bit racist against white people because countries like China have sought to unify. You know, the USSR has sought to unify. Europe didn't seek to unify, but they, you know, have their own like unique.
So, what do you mean by unify?
I mean, not take advantage of other people. You know?
So what do you consider what China is doing to Taiwan and what Russia is doing to Ukraine right now? How do you feel about that?
I don't, you know, I'm not sure exactly how I feel. I guess I could say that in simplest terms, the only visible, like, silver lining to the possible good future that they imagine is one after a war, but I don't think that that's possible. I think that war leads to more poverty, except that they're desperate enough to believe in anything. You know, 6 billion people are living in poverty today. And they're not happy. And they don't have a chance of...
How do you propose a fix then? How do you see to fix the issues of poverty?
Okay, well, I think that if there are actual progressives in America, they should focus on ways to change laws in America. Economic laws, economic trade laws. What laws would I change? I guess I would change, like, the laws that I just told you. The economic laws. Or just change economics laws.
So how would
but specifically
you change them though?
But
Yeah,
okay, specifically specifically I would change what are they called? Not domestic, international economic laws or whatever.
So would we be spending more on external
We would be treating other countries, their products, and their labor fairly. We wouldn't be basically relying on international slave labor, which is what a lot of American companies do.
Do you have any sort of specific policies in mind that would like written down like?
No, I don't have any specific policies. But you know what? I think that requiring me to have specific policies is like saying right now that the people that are listening to this just have to have specific ideas instead of having an informed political perspective.
It's never like I'm trying to like make you seem any sort of. I'm just picking your brain. But usually when people have these like grand political ideas, it isn't really the best when they don't have like any action or any plan to implement these things. You're just kind of like saying like, I want the world to be better, and then you have like no plan outside of that.
Yeah, okay, well, could you explain to me, like, what you mean by that? Because I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying as sort of an abstract kind of an abstraction to what I'm saying. You're saying, okay, you gotta have specific ideas, and I kind of feel like you're downplaying everything that I'm saying.
Because you're not saying anything. You're just saying, I want the world to be better, and then that's it.
Okay, all right.
Fair enough.
But what do you
wanna?
Let's not yes say or no say me. Let me ask you, do you believe that, for instance, American progress individually, like America just trying to have its own progress, not necessarily not caring about other countries, because that is immoral, but caring about itself, you know, about its own progress. Do you believe that that is a solution? Because that is what a lot of people worry about, and like, are you really like that impoverished in America that you want more American progress? Like, what are you actually fighting for? Are you fighting for globalism, or are you fighting for your ass?
What are you fighting for? Can I ask that first?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm not one to bash on. Why the hell are we talking about this?
I don't know, he asked.
I was the one that asked because it's I like his voice and it's I think it's pretty nice.
Yeah, he's very intelligent. He's very
Powered by
talented speaker.
I heavily enjoy this topic too.
It's stimulating. It makes you feel something.
sucks. Talking about other people.
Dude, you're so quiet.
Well,
I wish I could
you know
hear
what?
you. I really wish I could.
I don't think that a person who disagrees with me has the justification to say that I am a talented speaker. You know, you either agree with me, or you think that I am not well informed enough. You know, you're calling that I don't have any ideas. And you know what?
So do
right
you
now,
agree that talking and
I would
being
agree
able
to an extent, and I would
better
say
articulate your economic ideas to fix the world are two different skills entirely?
right now I would say that that it's important to understand certain political theories and philosophies, like having you know, a very grounded philosophy about the exact like motivation that you should have morally as an American or any person in the world.
Attention. 5 minutes left in the mission. 5 minutes left in the mission.
I agree.
Spy.
I think that American progress leads inevitably to other countries being taken more and more advantage of. So,
How do you want to fix that?
oh, that's a good question. Economic laws, economic regulation,
economic laws and
international trade
regulations
laws,
would you
international
impose?
regulation, trade laws.
What kind of international regulation
Holy
trade laws
shit,
would
I'm
you
so
impose?
glad I joined TF2 at 3 in
What?
the morning.
What kind of international regulations would you impose?
Fair labor, fair
I'm even more grateful for the mute button.
fair prices. I wouldn't necessarily say fair labor, because a lot of those workers, they work willingly, like they're in poverty, you know, they have to, like there's
you
kids
say that
and
them
those
being in
families are like
poverty-
8 years old, and they have to feed themselves
you
and their
say-
family, and their families don't make enough money to feed
Yeah,
them,
they
so they have to
created
take
the
up
mute
jobs.
button
And I
just-
understand that, but I'm saying that they have like products themselves. Once they exit those countries, they have, you know, they have to be bought at a normal price. Except of course that would drive demand down. That would suck. Another thing I guess is that they should have their own successful businesses in their own countries, but you can't really have that if you don't have money. So
They,
you should have a
parked on the
successful
engine or
banking
something?
system. You can't have a successful banking system if
Right
people
behind
don't
you.
have money.
There's a furry
So
stuff
you
on.
need a way to make money, like America prints money, or communism, or socialism, or something that keeps the country afloat while there is no like tangible money. Investment, you know.
So what are your feelings on the general like capitalistic way that America runs? How do you feel about that?
Yeah. I mean, I muted him, but it's like,
Well,
here's some vague, approximate solutions to really difficult problems.
That's what I've been telling him, but he doesn't like when I say that.
the way that America functions is kind of,
Is due at 3 in the
it's
morning.
I'm not even really gonna explain that.
Why? Do you see a need to dodge the question, or?
additional time.
Okay, American economics
sniper.
is a lust for power.
Would you say that's an inherent part of capitalism, or would you say that's more of like a...
No. That's what I'm
intrinsic value
saying.
of
It
America
isn't.
itself?
That's what I'm saying. It isn't.
Okay.
I'm saying it's a very degenerate, regressive structure, but that is the way that America stays in power.
You guys have jumped topic.
No, we're on the same topic. I just... No, we're on the same one, and I just don't think you understand the high-level conversation we're having.
You don't get it, man. You don't get it, dude.
So do you think other systems, like socialism or communism, would be better in place of capitalism as to prevent the...
Well, I already
taking
explained to you
advantage
that
of other
communism
countries?
is a functional system. I already explained to you that communism is a functional system.
Okay, yeah, you said that
Until
it
the
works, but how?
1970s, Russia was very prosperous. They had a 5% growth each year for like 40 years. They literally had like the most successful economy in the world, and then America forced them into an arms race because they saw how unstoppable Russia is. So they said, you know what, we're gonna launch all these nukes at you. And Russia had to basically start an arms race with America.
So you still haven't answered my question. Would those systems be better than capitalism, or...
Those systems would be better for America and for any country that would try them. Except in a time of war, it's in a time of war, it's called a war economy. You know, where everything has to basically feed the war machine. And at that point, your entire economic system either has to change or it will just fail, because you cannot continue to share with everyone in a war economy. It has to go all to, you know, specific places.
So how would you say, what would you say the excuse is for all the emerging countries that have used these other systems and have failed? What would you say, like, what would be the reason as to why those failed?
Well, you know, Russia failed for the reason I described. China failed because they're very large.
Have they
And
failed though?
no, they failed because they were very large and they were taken advantage of similarly because of American trade, basically, you know, constantly trying to oppress them.
So if you'd say that we're in a better position to be able to take advantage of less powerful systems, wouldn't you say that our system would be
I
the
wouldn't
best?
say that we're in a better position. America just doesn't care. Like, America's been in a civil war, America's been in a British war. America literally doesn't care about anyone or anything. So, like, for them, like, starting a war is easy as breathing, you know? They say that the president basically carries nuclear launch codes in a briefcase all the time on him. Like, why would a president need to do that? Plus, we have presidents like Donald Trump and Biden. So...
How do you feel about Donald Trump and Biden as presidency? How do you think they've done in their tenure?
I voted for Trump in 2016 because I was afraid of Hillary, but, you know, now, like, looking back at it and knowing that Hillary gave Russian nukes, I understand that I probably should have voted for a female president, and that would have made America weaker. But at the time, I was not nearly as politically inclined as I am today. And I made a foolish
So
decision.
making America weaker, you would understand that since you live here, you would also suffer under the struggles that we would have in making our system weaker. How do you feel about that?
What you have said makes no logical sense.
Well, in trying to, like, prevent the growth of American economy, you would also, in living in America, presumably, would suffer the consequences of that.
What you have said makes no sense politically.
Can you tell me why it's made no sense?